Bitcoin is potentially getting a big move to the upside, and we're gonna talk today why, in my opinion, maybe it's not a bad idea to be all in right now in Bitcoin and maybe even sell all the altcoins into Bitcoin. We're gonna have a look into that, guys. Of course, remember, everything is no financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research. I'm just sharing my own opinions, my own sentiment, and also my own predictions here in the crypto market. So always keep that in mind. Always do your own research, guys. So the complete video is of course no financial advice. Very important, guys. I'm really just telling you what I'm expecting right now. We're gonna have a look into the Bitcoin dominance and why I believe that right now you should be sitting in Bitcoin, or at least I am sitting more in Bitcoin and not touching the altcoins at the moment. And of course also we're gonna have a look into the problem that we have right now with Bitcoin, which is timing. We have a big timing problem, guys. I'm gonna exactly tell you why that is, and also why we should be still open-minded that we could eventually see, of course, new all-time highs for Bitcoin incoming. And right now I'm expecting even a big move for Bitcoin to the upside. I'm going to tell you why that is, and that move of course will tell us if the bull run will be back or not. So welcome everyone on board. Make sure to be subscribed on this channel, guys. I keep you updated every day whatever is going on here in the crypto space. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers, so thank you very much for your great support. Remember, at 3K subscribers we are going to do a nice $100 giveaway for you, so make sure to be subscribed on this channel and check out all links in the video description, such as the newest upcoming crypto projects like Bitcoin Hyper, Maxi Doge, and so on. We have a bunch of new cryptos that are upcoming that currently are extremely hyped. Even this new Dogecoin here, this Maxi Doge. If you want to get on board, links in the video description. I did different tutorials, guys, how to invest into early access coins before they launch on exchanges. So if you want to be trading those new coins before they're coming out, then of course you can check them out here with the links in the video description. And also if you need an exchange where to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and all the altcoins and so on, then of course I'm using mostly KC Exchange, this new non-KYC exchange where we can trade basically everything, all the cryptos that we want, and this without paying any fees. If you use my sign up link, no fees to be paid, and also no withdrawal fees whenever you want to withdraw your money again. So for me, a great exchange to use. Sign up with my link to get all these bonuses. And now, guys, let's dive here straight into the Bitcoin chart, and we're gonna dive here straight into the 4-hour time frame, daily time frame. We're gonna have a look why I expect a big move to the upside, and also why we have right now a timing problem. That means that if now we're getting that move to the upside that I'm expecting for Bitcoin, then that means that we're gonna test now important resistance levels, and those resistance levels needs to get broken. Otherwise, we have basically a confirmation that the bear market potentially is starting for next year, and that we have seen already the top at 126K, and that maybe during Q4 we're just gonna chop around between a trading range, maybe between 100 to 120K, something like that, but don't create again new all-time highs. And also for the altcoins, guys, if the altcoins are going to be bullish and create new all-time highs and go parabolic, then we need first Bitcoin to go parabolic. So it's not enough for Bitcoin to go just to create maybe a lower high in comparison to the all-time high and then crash down. That's not enough for an altcoin season. We need Bitcoin to go parabolic and to go into new all-time highs and have these big Bitcoin moves, 150K, 170K, 180K, and so on. Then we're gonna see this big altcoin season. But if Bitcoin is not having that, then I'm afraid that the altcoins will get decimated on the way to the downside with the next move, especially if this move is getting failed for Bitcoin here. Because the altcoins probably they will rally, but not as hard as Bitcoin, because the show right now is over on Bitcoin, and there is also evidence over in the Bitcoin dominance chart that we're also gonna have a look at. But right now in the 4-hour time frame, guys, we are building up some nice bullish structure here. We are creating some nice support here, and even though we had this little chop around here, I think that overall, based on the indicators, we should be seeing very soon a big move to the upside, because all indicators now are crossing bullish, and also the RSI now again is going above the 50 level, and we are still trading basically at around 109K. So in the immediate short term, especially if you're trading with my indicators, guys, you can get my indicators through Telegram or Discord if you want. You can contact me over there. But if you're trading with my indicators based on the 15-minute time frame, we maybe can get another good entry point here at around $108,900 and then start that move to the upside, because here most likely we're gonna cool off a little bit in the immediate short term, like in the 15-minute, but in the 4-hour and 3-hour time frame, things are looking again more bullish. And if we go over into the daily time frame, this is the most important time frame right now, guys, because the daily time frame right now has the chance to reverse the trend. We have right now buy signals, money flow increasing, RSI is still below the 50 level, so here still we have a lot of room left if the RSI is going into the bullish control zone here. And although we get everywhere buy signals, we don't have yet a confirmation cross here yet, but it could flash in the next coming days as long as we basically stay above $108,000 with the daily closes. And the last time that we had a bullish cross, you can see here the stochastic RSI, my confirmation indicator, and our money flow and VWAP basically had a nice buy signal. Momentum then came up, and you can see that we rallied all the way from $108,000 all the way up. So we can do here a nice measurement from $108,000 all the way up to around the all-time high of 126K, so 16%. And if also here, from the buy signal, we would rally like, let's say around, 16%. 16% takes us more or less at around 124, 122K, so somewhere up there. And this, in my opinion, is a very, very, very important resistance level up here, this red one up here, because this is a resistance that is coming from the weekly time frame. Because Bitcoin, whenever we were in above this red zone here, so above this red moving average here, or red trend line here, you can see here we got rejected, then we broke above and we had this parabolic moves to the upside, then again we crashed below. We had this long consolidation phase. Once we broke again above, we had this massive move to the upside and so on. And now we again crash below it, and it is likely that also here we are going to retrace in this rising wedge here. But if we don't see as soon as possible weekly closes above like the all-time high, so basically above $126,000, it's likely that this rising wedge at some point will play out, and the breakout target is down towards 50 to 60K. And that is also my bear market target for next year, not for this year. So that's why the next coming days and weeks will be very, very important. And that's why this move with Bitcoin will determine, in my opinion, if the bull run is back or not. We need to see a very, very strong move like we have seen the last time, but also with creating new all-time highs. Because if we are getting rejected, for example, here at 124K or 122K, where we have the top set of the Keltner channels on the daily lining up, then of course things can start to look ugly here and basically just get a confirmation that we are entering into a bear market for the next coming weeks and months. So very, very important stuff here, guys. And something that I want to show you is here the big problem that we have right now, which is the timing problem. Because based on the indicators, we are still in a bull run. Also here on the weekly time frame, you can see that we are still above the 50 weekly moving average at 102K. The problem is, of course, the indicators are crossing bearish here. The RSI is just at the 50 level, so we are really in a decisive point if we're going to see a big bounce from it, or if we're going to crash down. And the 2-week time frame also had everywhere bearish crosses. So also here, in theory, we should expect big moves to the downside in the next few weeks, months. This is the big problem that I'm seeing. And of course, also in the monthly time frame, we're looking extremely toppy here. So this is, of course, also something that we should not ignore. But of course, Bitcoin still has the chance to put in here like a blow off top or continue to rally towards our targets, because all top out indicator, they're all not flashed. So this bull run, in my opinion, yes, it is potentially different. But the question is, what is different? Is the timing problem different, or are the indicators now not working anymore? The top out indicator that we have, like the pi cycle indicator, the rainbow chart indicator, and so on. We have different problems. And one of the main things is, of course, right now the timing problem. Because if we go over into the yearly candles, so every candle here represents 1 year of trading. And you can see that at the beginning, of course, we had here in 2009, of course, the Bitcoin prices skyrocket here all the time, basically every year. We had, of course, also those huge pullbacks, like here, for example, from top to low, we had minus 85%. And this is just this week here, as you can see. We can consider that, of course, very early stage for Bitcoin. But otherwise, you can always see that we have basically, if we start to count from here on, so from 2011, we had 3 years of bull run. Then you can see that at the end, in the last year, we had a huge wick to the upside as well. So also here, this little wick here was a minus 41%. So imagine if from 126K, we dropped 41%, we are at about 60K. And you would still have this huge run up here, like in 2011. And then we had 1 year of bear market. We had the low in the next year, in 2015 and not 2014. And then you can see the last year was always the big parabolic move to the upside, and then 1 year of bear market. Here also 3 years in green. The last year was the parabolic run up and then big crash. And here again, 3 years of bull run. We should be seeing the last year, this year, as the parabolic run up, and then the next year crash. So 2026, the crash. And you can see that with every last candle here, that led into the basically cycle top before the bear market. Of course, we also had here some weeks to the upside at the beginning of the year, perfectly fine. But from the top to the actual close in December, here we had minus 30%. It looks like nothing, but it's quite a lot if you consider right now also this last yearly candle here. And here also we rallied, we crashed from the top to the December close, also 31%. So if the cycle top is in here, you can see cycle top at, let's say at around 127, 126k from the current price, this is 14%. If it also would be like 31%, then this would take Bitcoin all the way down here at around $87,000 for the yearly close, which in my opinion is not very likely, since normally the last candle is closing always in green and not in red. So this would be also very, very different from all the prior cycles. So in theory, we still would need to see here a very big rally, for example, like into 150k or 180k. And then if from there on we're gonna dump 31%, it would look much better. Like we could have a yearly close at around 120k, something like that. That would of course makes much more sense. But we need to see that rally, that big rally, latest in November, if not December. November or December, latest. Of course, the month of October has still 7 days to go. So even in October, we could eventually do that. But you see what I mean? There is always 3 years of bull run. The last year is always the most parabolic one, where we also can correct towards the yearly close then like another 30% or something like that. And yes, at the beginning of the next year, then sometimes we have here a little week to the upside. We have here a phase where maybe at the beginning we have a little rally, maybe an altcoin season, and then also Bitcoin is rallying a bit, but not that much. And we also don't create new all-time highs again, never. That's why this year and this candle is going to be the most important one. And the next candle, so next year, 2026, in my opinion, is most likely going to be a bear market. So far, everything is still perfectly working. So I know that there is a lot of hope out there that this cycle could be extended, but time-wise, we always see the same thing repeating all over again. And it's not broken yet. It still can happen. So that's why I would be prepared for that. And you can bet the farm that if Bitcoin is not able to create new all-time highs right now, the altcoins will get decimated. If Bitcoin here is getting just a lower high and then start a bear market and is crashing down to 80, 70, 60k, you can expect that all the altcoins, Ethereum, Solana, Ordinal, Tron, everything here will be decimated here, because most of them, they're not even close to all-time highs or are trading above the previous all-time high. So very bearish actually for all the altcoins. I know that those are bad news, but unfortunately this is how it is. The altcoins can only be saved if Bitcoin is going right now into a parabolic phase, going into new all-time highs and also starting to have explosive moves to the upside. Otherwise, I'm afraid that we have really right now a big timing problem. Alright guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna wrap it up. We're already long in this video, so that's why I'm gonna cut it out right now. We're gonna have later on some updates here on some new upcoming cryptos, because of course they are doing their own thing. Doesn't matter what the crypto market is doing. When they're launching, they always do their own thing. So that's why I'm currently not touching the altcoins. I'm buying more into those low market caps that are launching, that you can also find here in the video description if you're interested. Otherwise, of course, I'm trading Bitcoin and yeah, and just buying more into Bitcoin. I'm buying right now also more Bitcoin. I expect a big move to the upside incoming right now based on my indicators, and that move will determine if the bull run is back or not. So make sure to be subscribed here, guys. I keep you updated every day. Thank you for watching. Let me know what do you think here in the comment section. Be active, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video with all your friends, because the more active you are, the more likely it is to select you as the lucky winner of the next $100 giveaway that we do with every 1,000 subscribers. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you all in the next one. Bye for now.